welcome to Creative Drawing Studio. Today I'm drawing a simple New Year doodle and these are the materials that I'll be using. So as you can see, this is a colorful doodle. So we'll start with the lettering. So I am drawing a simple doodle of Happy New Year, and you can see that the top half, which is the word happy, is in capital letters, and the second half, which is the new year, will be in a smaller case letters. So currently I am just drawing the outline of the capital letters of happy, and while you can use a scale for doing this, but I like doing it by hand because it gives a certain personality to your drawing. So as you would have observed, I have been posting reels or for example shorts here for quite some time, and they are usually black and white doodle shots of around 30 seconds. But I have been wanting to use colors in my doodles for a very long time, and I thought why not design a proper long form video which would help you see how you can use colors in your doodles. This is my first time also experimenting with the colors, and I have a very limited bunch of selection. Possibly going ahead, I'm going to buy a bigger set of these alcohol markers. I see a lot of people using them and they have some brilliant shades. The one which I have is of 48 colors, but I do see a lot of repetition in the colors in those markers, and for some colors there's just barely any difference. So I will be buying a bigger set once I am confident of this. So now you have seen that I have done the lettering. I am just choosing the markers that I'll be using for this particular doodle. So they are shades of yellow and green and orange. I have started coloring, so the letter H I am coloring yellow. And one more thing that you need to take care of these markers is that for lighter colors it's okay to go over the same shade multiple times. It won't really affect the shade as such, but in case of darker colors, if you see, if you go over multiple times, it really changes the density and the color vibrancy. I just rubbed the pencil marks that I had. I'm using lime green for the letter A, and this video, the one that you're seeing, has been sped up to around 5 times its normal speed. So it really takes some time and precision to color the letters properly. And for P, letter P, I'll be using a shade of orange. Now as you can see, what I was talking about, the places where I've gone twice with the marker, they have a darker shade of orange. So I think you have to be a bit careful while using these markers. So see, other P I am coloring more carefully so that there is no double line which goes there. So yes. And then for the letter Y, I'll be using a darker shade of green. So the word happy in the doodle is now complete. Similarly, I'll be going over the word New Year with the same shade of markers. So what I wanted to talk to you about was that how I started my creative journey. So I always like drawing, but somehow for me the challenge was to come up with an original design and do an original stuff. I was very good always in taking inspiration and reproducing somebody else's work, like to the T, but like coming up with my own designs had always been a challenge. So I started doodling, um, thinking in mind that it will help me relax and become a bit stress free, and secondly it also catered to my love for drawing. And somehow I noticed black and white doodles, they really look good like on paper and also on camera. So I started drawing that and I started shooting and sharing, and it's been a few months as of now. But yeah, I generally do both kinds of design. One is geometric and one is non-geometric. Although I love non-geometric designs more because your hands are always free and you don't have to use scale and everything. But yeah, so here also, as you can see, for the letter H, I am kind of drawing a pattern of lines in different angles, and for this I'm not using any scale. So yeah, that's the case here. If you are somebody who's seeking inspiration for doodles and want to try and draw some very simple and basic doodles, you can also check out my Instagram page. So there also I have added a few designs that anybody who can, like, who doesn't know anything, who has never done doodling before, can try. And the entire point of doodling is that you don't have to really care about if the design looks really perfect and beautiful. It is more for your own, benefit, for the calmness of mind and unwinding to the end of the day. So for A, I have chosen a simple check sort of pattern of squares, and for the letter B, now I'm drawing the bubbles design. So all the doodle designs that I'm drawing here in this video are really basic designs, and you can combine them, or you can opt for any other design also that you want to use for filling those letters. So now, after I have drawn all the circles, I am going through the gaps between them and filling them with a black marker. So out of H, A, and now P, the design that I've done in P is the one that takes the most of the time, because it's very intricate. You have to really focus and shade the areas between the circles, so it takes some time. For the other P, I'm using a dotted line sort of design. So now this is relatively easy to draw. It needs some practice, but it is really easy to draw. But the point is that it again is somewhat time consuming, and secondly, as you can see, it doesn't show much on the camera because there's no solid line, so it's tough to see. For Y, I am drawing straight lines, and then I'll be drawing small circles, so it will be like a string of beads or pearls sort of design. So this also is a design which looks really good. Now for the other part, in the new year, I'll again be using the same doodle design that I've used in the word happy. So for yellow color, I'll be using a similar doodle pattern. For green, I'll be using a similar doodle pattern, and same for orange and dark green. So this is also kind of good practice. This design particularly, I thought, is something that you can draw for a new year card or maybe any occasion that you have in your family. It's a simple letter, it is not very tough to draw, and it can be really personalized. You can add a name also. So that is what I want to show you. You can also use different sort of colors, and just make sure that what I've done is the size of the letters for happy are bigger as compared to the new year, so it looks symmetrical. It's all finished. Similarly, you can add a third line which has the name of the person that you want to wish, and you can also put it in the same width, so that it all looks very seamless. So yes, that is what again I'm doing. So I am hoping that I'll be able to share at least one video every week, and I am not married to any particular pattern or design. I will be trying to experiment. I will be trying to innovate. I am also hoping to use different mediums in terms of using paints, using watercolors, using gouache, because I do have all these things, but I've never had enough time to try. But since I'll be sharing something every week, so I will get an opportunity to try and really improve my skills, which I think is something what I want to do this year in 2025. And yeah, well, this design comes late, like New Year was like 10-15 days back now, I don't know. But I'm happy to at least draw and share, because it's one thing, like, it takes a lot of time to edit the video. Drawing is not the hardest part, the editing and the sharing is the hardest part. So I hope to be very regular and try to maintain the duration of 1 week, which I am sort of promising. So yes, so what I've done is I've colored the border green, and yeah, that's my thing. Follow for more.